where neighbors say he had converted to Islam a year ago and had become radicalized.
Look at this garbage. They actually expect us to believe this, but unfortunately, like 90% of our dumbed-down populace in Canada here, everybody's just so nice with their please and thank you. We'll buy it all up.
Did so just before a Canadian soldier was killed by a suspected Islamic extremist in Quebec. Over to Tracy Tong with how this shocking crime is again forcing our nation to confront the dark reality of homegrown terrorism. Tracy.
Well, Roger, after one of our soldiers was killed and another injured by a radicalized Canadian citizen.
Radicalized Canadian citizen. Remember to talk to the audience as though they're little children.
Gardening on the hill with our friends and family. Gardening on the hill with RCMP and paramilitary police. Lay down your guns, yeah, come and have some fun. Take off your boots, yeah, step into your feet. Stand in solidarity.
We may as well unite under a hashtag, right? Time and space. Please Stay Radio back at you. It's October 23rd and I just woke up. And here we go.
Sorry. Total pathetic hoax. Canada, you want to do better next time because people could actually see that this is absolute bullshit.
New anti-terror tracking measures will address black hole.
All I see, the mainstream media, is what they're talking about. Well, you couldn't arrest him for having a radical thoughts, okay? That's what they're plugging in here. Guys, you have to wake up, okay? Anybody who's out there that's listening that is not used to looking at the
problem, reaction, solution. I really hope a lot of Canadians are listening.
And I get the feeling that some of you jokers are not understanding. No, my bad. I know what's going on. You're just playing dumb for whatever reason. To bring about a new world order, you just can't do things up in America. You can't do stage shootings just in America. You gotta go do stuff like that in other places, like Canada, UK, overseas, all over the world, Australia. Then you come out and you say, well, we need this solution, just like what they're doing here.
Of our investigative efforts to try and identify those people who might commit the criminal act of traveling abroad for terrorist purposes.
Oh.
But he was not watched every
Talking about
minute.
The fake hit and run.
He was one of just 28 suspects where the RCMP
just flipped over a car and put it right there.
Actually intervened. But a CSIS official testified only yesterday that there's just no budget to watch suspects.
Now keep in mind, it was only last week they were talking about how they need to update the CSIS Act, and here we go, just not enough money.
Suspects all the time.
I'd be foolhardy to say we have all the bases covered.
Hold on,
This official testified only yesterday that there's just no budget to watch suspects all the time.
See?
I'd be foolhardy to say we have all the bases covered. We do what we can with the budget that we have.
I mean, this is such a convenient event. Now, what he gonna say? Hold on, let me move it back. Let's see here.
Bases covered. We do what we can with the budget that we have.
All Canadians should be very concerned.
All
that
Canadians.
CSIS and the RCMP are telling us they don't have enough financial
all Canadians. You see that? They don't have enough money to spy on everybody.
resources to do the job.
A lot of Canadians will be asking
shaking. What's wrong with him?
Questions of how this happened and why this happened in the
Maybe they're not asking the questions. Maybe they don't care. Why are you saying that?
Coming days and weeks, and I certainly hope that this government is more forthcoming with answers than it has been in the past.
Because what? They have to do something about it, right?
The shortest and simplest response came from the foreign minister.
It's a significant challenge for our law enforcement agencies to arrest people for crimes that they haven't committed.
What? See, that's the problem. We can't arrest people for crimes that haven't been committed. We need that. We need to do that, or else these things won't happen. These hoax events.
Most troubling reaction came from overseas.
Oh, here
from
we go.
Canadian jihadis.
They always got to throw these fake jokers in. You know, Canada, they're actually fighting against ISIS, the ones who did the fake beheading. So they use them every time they need them. Let's see here.
Who claim to be fighting in Syria and Iraq. One calling himself Mutana al-Kanadi, meaning the Canadian. He is from Windsor, Ontario, tweeted, Canada starting to pay the price of intervention.
Oh,
Convert to Islam ran down Canadian soldiers. Another, using the name Abu Khalid al-Kanadi.
Khalid looking joker.
Tweeted, Canadian brother Martin Rouleau rams 2 Canadian soldiers, then achieves martyrdom after police shoot him. Allahu Akbar. God is great.
Man, that's so stupid.
Now it seems clear
that this whole thing is fake. Shut up, Joker.
But then the next logical question is, was the video taken by a member of the press? Now, this video was taken in low definition, unlike the cameras the press would use.
Fill this void in people's lives with these empty games filled with satanic imagery and glorified murder.
Conquest by the enemy, you know. We have an invasion force in our country right now, and our government has opened the door and brought them in through the back door, you know. That's why I don't think some people were that alarmed that there was a shooter rampaging through the parliament yesterday, you know. Because a lot of those politicians need to be dragged out by the fucking hair and hung by the neck on the lampposts in Ottawa. I'm telling you, we gotta get serious, otherwise we're gonna lose our country completely. We've already lost it.
As we see this news report, I just want you to focus on these cops. They're pretty cheery. Check this guy with the rifle. Don't know what he's aiming at. But this is gonna rock your socks. I mean, this is serious stuff. There's no jokes about this. If this was real, everyone would be in a serious mode as he looks towards the camera. Smiles, bit of a smile there. Checks to you in peace. It gets better, folks. You know, he's pretty happy, this guy. He knows it's being filmed.
Plant the seed and watch it grow, weed and then water each row. Reaping harvest, what you sow and leave some for the wind to blow. Calling all with spade and whole plant, parsley, parsnip, potato, peas and lovage. As you know, turn adversary into caring. Ally, friend, no longer foe. These things take time. These things are slow.
This is supposed to be serious
Join
stuff, mate.
us, some bros, we outgrow the status quo. Who needs laundry, needs some more. Food in our farms is how to go. And solidarity, keep this show community and unity is the best community from a food system that will throw pounds of produce out the window. Will a billion starve around the globe? Millions migrate to and fro, into deep pockets money goes. In our gardens, honey.
Look at them both. Fucking happy as Larry. How long has this shit been going on in Canada? They're saying about time we had a laugh with these fucking hoaxes.
Cause all we need are healthy bees, heirloom seeds and fruiting trees. From that we feed all families, so that we're freed from those with greed. Do something truly radical, plant a garden, none's too small. Free, fresh food for all. Super fresh, so fresh. Holy friend. The cane flowing like water with soil and shovels in hands ungloved. They came with seeds and all they need to grow, so that no one would go unloved, 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 one loved.
Brothers and sisters, it is late. We must not let our flesh and its hunger for pleasure or fun cloud our judgment. Scripture clearly teaches not to love the world or the things in the world. It is not to be a killjoy, but to protect us from the minefield of lies Satan has planted throughout the world, disguised as good or innocent
billions
things.
In Great Britain. This is the government communications headquarters, right? And they, like Canada, who spent a ton of money on their billion-dollar beautiful palace that they're building right now, they must be close to finishing off, for their spy grid agency. It's the most expensive building in Canadian history.
The honor guard dropped to the ground and the shooter kind of raised his arms in triumph holding the rifle. 9/11 was an inside job.